Alright guys, BLM here back, another live stream. I have nothing up right now. So I need to get chat up. But yeah, Survivor happens. I thought that was kind of a boring episode. What else is there? Amazing Race was boring as fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was fine. I watched Squid Game. I did that. What else is there? I am caught up on the recording of the 45 review until today, obviously. So that's also something. Also going to be finishing Spider-Man 2, hopefully very quickly. In an ideal world, I kind of want to play Castaway Island after we finish it. My goal is to finish this in like 2 hours, and then if I finish it early enough, I want to play Castaway Island. So that is kind of what I'm planning. Katura's 100% not winning at this point. I mean, I don't know. I thought this was a fine episode for her. I don't think she's winning, but like I thought this was fine. Yeah, right now I decided to move Emily back to 1, but I also still feel weird about it. Like straight, this is just a weird season. Did I say thank you to Biggest Party? 18-month resub. But yeah, so I'm between Emily and D still. I think I am, like, again, last stream I was probably like 50.1 D, 49.9, or not last stream, last episode. I guess last stream was a little bit higher on D. But anyway, I was like extremely close between two. At this point, I'm the same, but probably just flipped a little bit. I think I'm probably higher on D than, or higher on Emily than D. I still think both their edits are weird though. But I think it's clearly between the two. I would actually say, like, if another woman's gonna win, I would say an offshoot or offshot of Katura, but probably not. But 100% a woman's winning this season. I think like 1,000,000,000%. Like again, it was literally in the show. That's the issue. Like I feel like Dee's edit is really taking a back burner at this point. To where. Yeah, it's like it's a little bit of a worry. I mean, I think next episode it seems like the Rebas are gonna have some fracturing. We'll see how that occurs. But still, I do feel like, yeah, these chances are going down a bit. I still feel like fine though. Like, and the thing is, like, okay, I am more so leaning Emily right now than D, but I'll be honest, like, reading the Edgic community, like the Edgic Reddit, makes me want D to win at this point. Because I'm like, it's like, to me, it's ridiculous how, like, so confident the Edgic community is on Emily. Because I don't think they should be. So we're like reading all the comments and everything there make me want D to win just to see the reaction to it. Because again, I don't think Emily is just like 100% gonna win first right now. Like I think there's a good chance Emily goes next episode. Like for me, that's where we're at. I think is that Emily goes next episode, or she probably wins, or at least a likely winner. I think there's a good chance Emily goes next episode. Considering again, like this episode, like we talked about this last week, that like again there's a trend in the new era that a person will get a big personal segment the episode before they go home, and that happened with Kendra. Kendra went home. That happened with Bruce. Bruce went home. Emily literally got one this episode, and also it's like I feel like Emily's story is done. The thing is, I should say post-merge. I think I should clarify post-merge. Because the personal segments in the pre-merge are usually set up to bigger characters that typically end up doing well. Well, like post-merge is usually like set up for like right before they go home. I think Katura is more than likely a losing finalist. Dude, this outfit looks so stupid. That looks so ridiculous. Coffee. But yeah, I think the finalists are Katura and Jake. I mean, we need to talk. We've talked about that before. Where like, again, Jake is Jake is 1,000,000,000% at this point. Like I feel like 1,000,000,000% Jake's gonna be losing finalists. Like he literally got the exact same content Owen did in this episode.
But I can help.
But yeah, Katura I think is the other one. Like when looking through the other options, again, it's not Drew or Austin. And then actually the only it would have to be Emily, D, or Julie, right? Or the other people. Where again, it could be Julie. Like Julie, it definitely could be. But I do think Julie's being propped up as a threat though, which is the weird thing. Where like it does feel like in a way that Julie's like propping up as a threat here, is like kind of taking the heat off of D to a degree. Not saying like edgically, but I think like reality wise, to where it's like I think like I could definitely see a world where like Julie's actually voted out at this point. Where like I was under the assumption that like Julie was going to be this massive goat, but it seems like people are like respecting Julie. To where, yeah, I think she might be looked at as a threat. This is the MJ boss battle, right? Jake the worst or worst player of season posters? Probably. Well, no, Bruce is. After Bruce. By the way, Bruce is number 7 on my power ranking, or my player ranking of the boot so far, out of 11. Which again, for a guy that got 7th place, I find that really funny. I did watch Squid Game. I actually finished the last episode like literally 5 minutes before Survivor started. Like today's literally been me watching reality TV most of the day. Because I watched the 2 episodes of BBAU and then the 4 episodes of Squid Game. And then Survivor, then Amazing Race. Is Bruce Bond 10 player to make merch? I think so, to be honest. I think he's really bad. Is he? I don't know. Is he actually bottom 10? I don't know. But he is very bad, though. Like, the thing is, I think I would have less faith in Bruce on a return than someone like Sifu. Where, like, I think Sifu played a worse game this season, kind of. But, like, Bruce is really bad. Yeah, Stephen Anna Lee elimination. Yeah, I mean it would be all men, right? Like the thing of Amazing Race, I think any of the teams can win outside of Greg and John. And I think if I were to like guess who's gonna win right now, I would say Joel and Garrett, especially with like how much content they're getting over. Like, oh my god, we gotta beat Greg and John. And again, they're like getting all this like, okay, cool. I hate this like that they can go out of the thing, but then like out of the like playable area, but you can't follow them. That's fucking stupid. Did Jeff mention a 3rd chance for Bruce? I mean, like, yeah, he already mentioned it before. Like, it wasn't in this podcast, but it was like a week or 2 ago, where he mentioned it was when he was talking about Russell. I remember, so I think that was 2 weeks ago, where he was talking about how like we would have Bruce back again and everything. And again, he was very high on Bruce in the on Fire podcasts. Okay, cool. Well, that was a waste. Oh yeah, I did watch Fire Michigan. That wasn't great. It wasn't like terrible, but it definitely was just kind of whatever. Don't let it control you. I think it's winning Squid Game. I don't even remember who's seen that yet. By the way, also like I love how like we did pretty much get a like physical 100 style editing. Where like almost everyone, I guess spoiler for fucking Squid Game, but like pretty much everyone that was looked at as like a top contender coming into the week is like gone, which I find funny. That like I feel like the final 3 are like the most like I mean outside of like, well really actually yeah, I think that like none of them got much content at all in week 1. And even then, I feel like I know almost nothing about anybody outside of like May, kind of. Again, who the fuck is Sam? I don't even know anything about Sam. Like, to me, he was, like, the most, like, I don't even know who this person is. And yeah, he could be winning, but I'm like, who the fuck is he? Like, I literally have no memory of this guy. Yeah, like, Phil was at least there. Mind you, there throughout this week. He was even in the first week. But yeah, like, I don't even know what to even say about fucking Sam. I don't even know who the fuck he is. I mean, the thing is, like, Trey was, like, it's like, what are you gonna do in that spot? Where I guess, like, yeah, just, like, hold out or whatever for forever.
Don't listen to those voices. They aren't telling the truth.
But I think he just got kind of unlucky that what's-her-face, like, didn't go through with the deal.
You can't keep a job. You can't pay the mortgage.
Especially, like, him being so early on. Like, if he had been, like, number, like, 10 or something, then he would have had, like, a lot more room to go with. Where, like, he's literally the first person. Like, he's, like, in this spot where, like, no one else had, like, had to go through with the deal yet. It's like, it's, like, a bit tougher to, like, force people's hands in doing so. Ryu 4 are going to advantage out. I mean, I think the Ryu 4 are probably going to turn on each other eventually. But, I mean, we're at the point where, like, Austin, if he survives... Well, actually, then again, this is the thing that's interesting. Austin definitely is never getting his idol back, right? From Julie. Where the previously on, like, highlighted, like, made sure you knew that Julie still has Austin's idol, and it wasn't relevant to the episode at all. So I feel like 100%, like, that Austin's never getting his idol back. And more than likely, like, Julie is gonna, like, probably lead the charge on, like, an Austin vote or something to that nature. Because, like, why else was that there? Fire making loser. I'm not sure, really. Because, like, I think it could be, like, a lot of people. Like, I think it could be Dee, I think it could be Julie, I think it could be, Emily. Could also be Drew, if he gets there. Does Julie have Denise Philippines edit? Not really. Because I feel like Julie's been undermined, and, like, more than Denise has. Marlboro guy that forced his partner to be shot as well because he refused to take it was kind of a dick. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
One person, it was worth it.
Like, I think the, like, other person was, like, kind of bad at the beginning. Of, like, not willing to do a, like, throwing challenge, which, like, every fucking other team was fucking doing. But, yeah, I think by the end, yeah, I think it was more on him. Yeah, Jelly, fuck me. Kelly is number 1 on the boot ranking so far. Mind you, I do end up complaining about Kelly a decent chunk of my review, which I found funny. Because I didn't realize I would be complaining that much about her, but, like, I do complain a lot about her, actually. Particularly in her, like, treatment of Bruce. Because I think it's fucking stupid. Like, or not even her treatment of Bruce, but, like, how she, like, blames Bruce for everything. When, like, clearly she's doing things wrong to cause these things. Yeah, she's like, oh my god, it's because Bruce, like, I'm so attached to Bruce. It's because Bruce keeps on attaching me to things. It's like, no, you're fucking up yourself. Hover in the stream. I mean, like, if I, like, it'll be whenever I finish the game, which is, like, about 2 hours from now. As long as, like, nothing majorly fucks up here. But, like, we're like, very close to the end of the game. I believe we only have, like, 4 missions left or so. I like Todd and Ashley. I like the, like, they're not, like, super interesting, but I do like the aspect of, like, Todd being this, like, massive optimist, while, like, Ashley is, like, obviously, like, a Debbie Downer a lot of the time. So, like, we have, like, a lot of these shots where, like, Todd's super happy, and then just in the background, Ashley's, like, really pissed off. I did find that funny. Emote? What is this? What is this emote? From Scally? What did Scally post? Oh, her winning? I don't know. What would that emote be, though? Like, what would we use? I guess, like, it would be, like, a sad... Would it be sad? But, like, it's not even supposed to be sad. Like, what would we use that emote for? That, and also, I don't have any emote slots, but still. It's been a long time since Amazing Race didn't have a winner that was romantically involved. To be honest, I haven't thought about it at all. But, yeah, I mean, thinking back on it...
The city needs you.
when was the last one? Was it 29? Like, literally since the last, like, since, like, a season that was all newbies or whatever. You're back to being able to stay up till 2 every stream. Well, that's something. But yeah, I want to play Castaway Island because I want to, like, test out my theory on it. By the way, Castaway Island video came out today. But I want to play the strat I, like, came up with that I feel like should work every single time, but I just want to, like, test it out and play Season 2 with it. People on Edgic really putting Katura above D. Yeah, I saw that too. Which, I do think Katura is probably number 3. But, I feel like, people... I think with, like, D's edit, I think, like, a lot of the issues that the Edgic community is seeming to have, outside of, like, the fact that I just don't think they like D and don't want to, like, have her as a winner, I think, like, the big thing is that I think they're, like, not recognizing, like, the difference between their perception of scenes and the editors, like what they are meant, like, what they're meaning by how they're editing the scenes. Because, like, I feel like last week was, like, a big one. Where, like, we had the scene of D eating the rice. Which, like, by the way, also was D eating the rice. But it was actually Drew, but either way. Like, that scene where, like, they're eating the rice with Jake and everything. Like, the, like, you have the Edgic community talking about that scene as, like, one where, like, oh my god, it was such a bad look for D. Like, D, looks, like, so cocky and overconfident and everything. It's like, I don't think that's the way the editors are trying to make you think of D. Like, there's nothing, like, the thing about, like, D's edit, like, there's a lot of talk about, like, oh, D's, like, too confident and everything. Like, the edit is, like, showing D as right. Like, there's never a point where, like, D is shown as wrong. For, like, pure, like, for, like, game stuff, I should say. Like, obviously, there's, like, the little moments at, like, the auction where, like, she said that, I forgot what she said, but there was, like, one thing where she was wrong there. But, like, D is never, like, portrayed as wrong. Like, she's always right about, like, everything she says. Oh, dude, the guy's night was so funny. Like, that was the weirdest fucking scene. Where, like, I like, listening to the podcast, too. I guess it was, like, a thing if they wanted to, like, use the music from Top Gun. I guess that's, like, what that was. Because, like, yeah, I didn't know what that... Like, I knew it was, like, an 80s song, or whatever, but I didn't know, like, what exactly that song was. But I guess it's a song that was used in Top Gun. So, like, they actually licensed the music from Top Gun to use it here, which was fucking weird. I love it, like, I literally just criticized, Survivor UK for... Is she stuck? Okay, cool. Yeah, I literally just criticized Survivor UK for, like, being all tonally wrong and everything, and then we get this fucking scene on Survivor US. Drew versus Jake was all super awkward. Yeah, I mean, that was a bit strange. I mean, I think at this point, like, 0% chance Drew's winning, even though, again, it wasn't likely anyway, but, I like all that was, well, really was kind of a bad look for both, but definitely a bad look for Drew. Dude, I love the fucking El Ciampa scene. Dude, I laughed so hard at that for, like, no reason. Nothing like, yeah, that, like, that entire sequence is bizarre. Like, of them, like burping and farting and, like, all that stuff. And, like, I like, Jeff did say that, like, oh, we wanted, Drew to be the narrator of the scene because it makes it, like, funnier because it's, like, Drew, like, never had a bro down or whatever before. They'll see how Emily wins. I mean, I think Emily could win against, like, Katura and like, Jake. Which is the most likely Final 3 scenario, if she were to win. Where again, I think it's Katura and Jake, as losing finalists. And then whoever's sitting next to them, like would have a pretty decent shot, you would think.
Are you?
Am I?
Like, is there anyone that they would lose to? Like, are those the two biggest jury goats at this point?
I'm okay.
I think so, right?
Did it?
Now that Bruce is gone? Or, like, I think Katura would probably get, like,
Not yet.
Kelly and Kendra's vote. Probably. Maybe.
Watson, where are you?
But, dang it, like, if it's against D, like, again, Kelly supposedly loved D.
I quit.
And, by the way, this is the dumbest scene. Like, she literally, like, just fucking gets rescued from, I forgot what it's called, Scream or whatever, from being Scream, and then, like, she instantly calls Jonah Jameson to say, I'm quitting. That was fucking dumb. But whatever. We're editing this season. I can easily see both interpretations of the edit being correct, but especially... Yeah. Yeah, also, there's a lot of talk about Reba as, like, as if they're a kingdom. Which is interesting. Like, there's a lot of, like, kingdom metaphors with Reba. A lot of them, like, oh, we're defending our land. Like, that sort of stuff. Which I do find interesting about the Reba edit, like, as a whole.
There's like some kind of hive mind in there.
Where, like, one of Drew's, like, first confessionals is how, like, oh, this is my kingdom and I'm gonna reign or whatever.
Going after this.
And then, yeah, we have the confession from a few episodes ago. Was it last episode? Where they talk about how... Oh, actually, it wasn't even a confessional. I think it was just at camp where they just talk about how they're defending their land.
I love you.
Love you.
Someone on Reddit said Anna Lee is as memorable as Myrna and Rachel Riley. I mean, I really like Anna Lee. I think Anna Lee's probably my favorite character of the season. Like, is she as memorable as them? Probably not, just due to, like, obviously they have more, you know, like, they've obviously been around for longer, but, like, still. I do really like Anna Lee. Next 4 boots are going to be all Rebas. I don't feel confident in that. Hey, it could be. Because, like, obviously that would just mean that it's a Emily, Jake, Katura Final 3.
You think this is Harry?
But
Has to be.
I don't feel
I
that
just saw him in
confident in that.
Queens. He turned MJ into one of those
Casual viewers hate Anna Lee. I could see that.
Worse. What?
Yeah, they usually hate the people that make good TV. That's usually how it goes.
Connors thinks I had the suit on.
I think I like Anna Lee as an individual more than I like the sisters.
Inside of me.
Where, like, the sisters, I think, are great because of their banter together, where I think Anna Lee is great just on her own.
I hear that. See you. Reminds me, I owe someone else a call.
Peter?
Hey, Ms. Morales.
What makes me think Katura is losing finalists? I just think it's, like, the way that, like, she's just constantly, like, undermined, but also, like,
Fine, too.
propped up at the same time. It's like this kind of weird dichotomy of, like, them showing why she's gonna lose, but also still, like, trying to give her enough content to make it seem like she could potentially win. It's like her edit kind of, like, has that, like, balance to it. Well, also, I think, like, just logically of, like, who the other people are. Like, I think the only person that, other than her, that can be a losing finalist is Julie. To where, again, now we're getting Julie being propped up as a threat. To where, like, I don't think... Like, I feel like it's, like, too overt to where, like, it wouldn't really make much sense if she gets to the end and then loses with, like, how much she is being propped up as a threat. So, like, also, it's, like, kind of, like, just by deduction. Scene with Katura in the water was so fucking dumb.
I'm worried about Harry.
Her in the water. I mean, you mean like her getting water when like talking to Jake and everything, or was there something else?
Not himself right now. And it's all my fault.
This season could either be a D Reba's sinking ship and all of Reba go down with it, versus what we expect to happen.
I was just happy.
I mean, what evidence is there to that happening though? Like, I feel like there's literally no evidence that happening. It's actually the opposite. I feel like the edit continuously shows like Reba as they're going to be the ones in control. Like, unless it's like literally a last second turn or whatever, but like that'd be kind of like dumb. Finished BB9. Chelsea is 100% being a ham. I mean, yeah, that's Chelsea. Oh wait, you mean okay? Go like her being scared of going into the water and everything. Okay, I get what you mean. I don't know. Like, was it? I think it's dumb in terms of like entertainment, as in like I don't find it entertaining. But like I get it for her personally. But also it's like I don't find it good TV. But production does. So there's that. I mean, like, again, listening to Jeff talk about... By the way, also, there's a lot of people in, like, the Edge community that talk about how, like, oh, production must hate Katura. It's like, I don't get why. Do you think? Just because, like, she's getting a one-dimensional edit that, like, many people have had, like, across Survivor history. Like, I think, by the way that Jeff talks about Katura, Jeff clearly likes Katura. Like, I don't know why people are, like, thinking that production hates Katura just because, like, a lot of her edit is based around Bruce. Also, I think that's another thing, too, with Katura, is that Katura had, like, a really great premiere. Which, like, for her to have that, like, near flawless premiere only to be followed by, like, very one-dimensional content. Like, I feel like that kind of screams out runner-up-y to me as well. I think it'll be interesting to see how Katura is portrayed in the next episode, though, with Bruce gone. Because I've been saying this for forever now. Like, for me, it's like Katura's real story doesn't start until Bruce is gone. The problem, obviously, now is that it took so long for Bruce to go that, like, there's not really enough wiggle room there for her to, like, seem to squeeze out a win. Like, I feel like, yeah, like, it would have had to be, like, Bruce being the merge boot. For it to, like, seem like a winner at it, but I still think, like, her edit could definitely take a turn over the next few episodes. To where, like, I think it could definitely set her up as, like, a decoy winner. Do I think the jury will be bitter? Probably not. Like, I think if Bruce had gotten, like, if, like, the right people had gotten to the end, yeah, but, like, I don't think at this point, with, like, the people left, like, I don't think they're going to be bitter against the 3 before. But I think if it had been, like, Bruce, just, I mean, like, Bruce in general, like, I don't get the sense that the jury likes Bruce at all. By the way, also, like, even, like, post-show, it doesn't seem like they particularly like Bruce. Where, and you look at, like, all the interviews with the jurors so far, like, all of them are, like, super harsh on Bruce. They're just, like, no one respects Bruce in the slightest. I feel the opposite, actually. Like, I feel like, based on the way the season's being portrayed, it feels like Emily should win. But that's kind of what makes me think it's not going to be Emily. Like, the thing is, if Emily was a man, I feel like Emily has had a near flawless edit. Where, like, for me, the one, like, stumbling block with Emily, well, not one, but, like, the major one, is the fact that her edit is very abnormal for a female winner edit. Where, again, there's not been a single woman to win Survivor that has had, like, that much of a presence in the pre-merge. Again, it's not sexism, it's just simply, like, calling it like it is, as in, like, that's how the show is edited. Like, I'm not saying that's the way it should be, because it shouldn't be that way. But that simply is the way it has been edited for literally, what, 23 years now? Even Kim was not that present in the first half of the season. Like, Kim has the prototypical female winner edit. Same thing with, like, Natalie Anderson as well. Sarah Lucina, same thing. Like, they have these, like, prototypical female winner edits where, yeah, they're portrayed as, like, good players early on, but they don't get that much focus early on. Like, they get enough setup to, like, to where, like, when they take control after the merge, it makes sense. But, like, they're not there all the time. Where, like, again, Emily was all over the place in the first half of the season. Like, Emily's edit is more in line with someone like a Jessie, in my mind, than, like, someone like a Kim Spradlin or someone like that. Where, like, really, I think, like, her edit is not that dissimilar from Jessie if you just add in the aspect of her having a journey. Where, like, I think this episode in particular was very much like Jessie during the Noelle vote. And, like, us getting to see, like, all the ins and outs of her strategy and, like, why she's doing this and how she's doing this. Yeah, GTA 6 trailer at some point soon. Michelle was the same thing. Michelle wasn't this big character Like again, if you look at like the confessional count, I don't know how many women are in that female winners are in the top half of the confessional getters.
On my way. Where are we?
By the time the merge.
We are inside Spider-Man's mind. We've seen what those creatures do to people around the city.
But yeah, like Michelle again, gets the prototypical female winner at it because she wasn't all like she was simply there when. Like, she got, like, enough to, like, kind of explain why she would go on to win. But, like, she wasn't, like, the main character of the show. Like Emily was.
So we clear this thing out at the root.
I don't necessarily think Emily's found... Like, again, I think Emily could go home next episode. Or, again, if we're following the trend of, like, personal content and everything, she's gone next episode. Now, again, I don't think that's necessarily guaranteed. But I could definitely see a world where she's the next Boo. Especially because the preview had no Emily in it. The preview was like all about the Rebas.
Use our powers to save Spider-Man.
Which again, usually it's a misdirect, so that means like again, it more than likely is not one of the Rebas. To where again, if I'm thinking that Katura and Jake are the finalists, then that leaves Emily. Did Katura get a package? She got like personal content. She didn't really get a package though, right? Like we didn't get like shots of her like early life and everything. Like we do with Bruce and Kendra. Well, with Emily, we literally got like shots of her like boyfriend and everything. I think Bruce can return. I think the issue is going to come from the fact that like again, we're not having returnees probably until 50. And at that point, it's like, is Bruce really like one of these people that we're going to bring back again when we already gave him a second chance? Why is Emily a massive character if she goes home next episode? Because she has to be. And also because production like froths over like the concept of a journey edit, which Emily has. Or like a journey, I should say, which Emily has. So through that, they're going to give her that massive edit. Yeah, Jeff does like Bruce. What theme would be 50? I think it'll be just General All-Stars and they create a bullshit name. I think it'll more than likely be like yeah, it would just be some dumb. Actually, even if they bother to name it, I guess. But I think it'll be just a general All-Star season. I think Suri can be on 50. I don't think she's like a lock. Just because again, it matters like who, like the type of people that they're like looking for Survivor 50. But I think she is like very likely to be at least considered. Yeah, Bruce is a really, really bad player.
Nothing's working. I can't slow them down. We have to keep fighting.
New era at war. I think like I think if there ever were to do an old school versus new school season, I think Survivor 50 is probably the time for it. Because I think they are going to go beyond just a new era. To where I feel like that would, and like Jeff himself talked about how he likes the idea of pitting like having the people that played a 39-day game and seeing them face off in a 26-day season. To where I do feel like, again, that's not unreasonable to think it's old school versus new school. But also it's like, it's going to be 3 tribes though, isn't it? Yeah, again, like I think Katura and Jake are probably the finalists. So yeah, it's either Reba or Emily, just by default.
But it might be how he feels.
Then also, like I don't think it's particularly great that like we've been getting a lot of content about Emily talking about how she knows that like Reba's a threat and everything, only for her just to not do anything about it. Where like I do find it curious the fact that like okay, she's getting this like big content about taking out Bruce, where it's like it's Bruce. Like, this is even that good for her game to get rid of Bruce. And really, I think in general, it's not good for her game, right? Which, to be fair, it's like the show's not editing it that way. But I do find it strange that, like, why wouldn't they be giving her... Like, why are they giving her this edit for Bruce? Instead of, like, when, like, she would eventually take out Dee. Or take out, like, Austin. Or, like, one of those sort of people. Like, it does feel weird that they're, like, giving her this edit for Bruce, of all people.
She's dead because of you.
I never meant for her to get hurt.
Imagine the season's actually called 26 days versus 39 days. Like, that would be funny. This felt like Noel's big move to take out
Does have the
James.
same effect in here.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like portrayed in the same way, but like I can see it like contextually being similar. Complex tribe, like none. Like realistically none. But like I think the Reba 4 is like this alliance that's clearly set up to make it far from the very beginning.
I built my life around this place.
So like I think you could argue them, but like even then, like it's not really the entire tribe though is the issue. Because like again, we know like very little about what J Maya and Sifu are doing.
Why did you do it? What did you want?
Where like Lulu, again, it was kind of by proxy
My parents are
that like they couldn't be just due to the fact that like they're all gone. It is insane that by the time of the first juror, there's only one Lulu member left. Like that is pretty insane, right?
if we clear this out.
And then like Bello, I feel like we didn't know Bello that well. Like we knew like the basic outline of their like dynamic, but like to be fair, we knew that about like Reba. But I feel like in terms of like individual relationships, like we didn't get to even see like Bruce and Kelly until post swap. Towards like the relationship, we got that like weird segment about Kendra and Jake that didn't matter. Which maybe it means that like Kendra votes for Jake at the end.
More options. I can
But like
all of my power into the
it didn't
symbiote.
matter though.
I think that could make sense.
Yeah, Brando is there. I mean,
What'll happen?
yeah.
I guess
41, 42, 43 wanted to obscure the winners at their poor reception.
Well,
I don't think that's a thing
this is my last chance. to
because
say
I don't think
anything to
production cares about like the reception to the winner in that way, to where like they would change like the editing style. Especially when, like, again, like, when we're talking about Jam Jam and Emily, they have to be major characters on the season. It's not like they could, like, even if they wanted to hide them, they couldn't. Like, that'd be, like, near impossible. And, like, why would they want to when they're, like, such riveting TV characters? I mean, Carolyn Franny mattered in the sense that, like, Carolyn, like, because, like, Carolyn fights for Franny to stay. And like isn't looped in the blind side because of how close she was for her. Like that relationship still mattered to the show. Obviously it didn't lead to a jury vote, but it still mattered to like the events of the game. Yeah, like Marianne was not poorly received also. Yeah, that's also a thing too. Like Marianne's like one of their favorite winners.
Why didn't you give me this power sooner? I could have used it.
Is Jam Jam better TV than Melissa McNulty? What do you think? Is Melissa McNulty even TV? I find it funny that like Melissa McNulty obviously like is this like big what if with Survivor when like realistically she probably is like just the first boot on the season anyway.
I'm fine. Just keep fighting.
Yeah, they did talk about how they felt bad for Jake, but again, I don't feel like that translates to game respect though. Especially when like Jake's entire story is about how like out of the loop he is. Like literally at Tribal, they're talking about how out of the loop he is in the game. Just want a new Era season with 20 people. If you're getting it, you're getting 4 tribes of 5. Which is funny. But like I actually think that's more realistic right now than 2 tribes of 10.
Thank you. Trust in me. Yeah, well, like you said, better make it count, right? Maybe try things my way sometime.
Marianne, Gabler, Jam Jam, Emily would be a funny sugar winners. It would be.
Won't know until you try.
5 tribes of 4, imagine that. Again, like and also I do complain a lot about like Jeff's like state of mind in Survivor in the review. Because like it like really just ties into the new era so well. Whenever you like complain about like why the new era is the way it is, it ties into like Jeff's overall philosophy in Survivor, which is fucking stupid in my eyes, but whatever. One World, Wait, one tribe of 20? But then there'll be like too many places to hide. They don't want there to be places to hide. You can't hide in the new era. How dare you try to hide in the new era? Again, they don't like big tribes. Like, that is why we have twist after twist after twist that's taking away votes. They don't want people to be voting. Like, they want there to be danger with they want dangerous fun. That is what Survivor's all about, is dangerous fun. And to them, like, people not having votes and having no place to hide, that is dangerous fun. Like, that's why we get the split tribal twist. Like, more so than even, like, okay, they need a double boot. That is why we actually get it. Is because they want smaller groups of people voting. Basically, they could easily not have it. They could easily, like, instead have a double boot pre-merge. They could obviously just start the finale of 6 people as they've done a billion times in the past. But no, they want there to be a split tribal twist because they like there to be smaller numbers. That's why also they took away 3 people's fucking vote at the final 9. That's why also they took away a vote from the auction. Like, they love the fucking concept of there being less votes. Because there's less places to hide. It's just so fucking stupid. Is Emily similar to Christian and Vicky edit-wise? Not really. Because, like, Christian didn't develop that much. He was already that person. Where, like, Emily's entire story is about how she develops. And, like, this is the funny thing, too, is that, like, her starting confessional, like, her opening confessional is about how, like, I don't care about the experience, all I want is to win. Like, I feel like that, to me, screams out more like she's not going to win. Because, like, that is a confessional that's completely undermined by episode 2. Because by episode 2, it's all about her experience. Like, she realizes that that Survivor is more about the experience and that she's developing as a person through this experience. To where, like, it completely undermines her first confessional. Yeah, I think Emily getting rid of Bruce is a bad move for Emily.
Miles, help! I'm coming.
But, again, the edit didn't portray it that way, though. So, that is something pro Emily edit-wise. 3 tribes until final 13, then everyone votes and half are immune, yeah. And then, yeah. Like, this is, like, our first genuine vote of the season, right? Well, I mean, I guess, like, again, like, first, like, merge vote, I should say. Genuine merge vote of the season, right? Because we had Mergatory. We then had Split Tribal. We then had Bruce losing his vote in the auction. We then had the 3 votes getting taken away. And now we have this. Which also, to be fair, a lot of that also comes from their, like, obsession with, like, oh, we need stuff to happen to fill up time on the show. Which, to be fair, I don't necessarily disagree with, in the fact that, like, yeah, if you have a 1-day episode, then you probably do need something there to, like, fill up the time, or else you get, like, the last episode of Survivor UK, where everything is extremely dragged out. It's like, I get it. But it also seems like they're doing it even when they don't need to, though. Like, it just feels like a byproduct of the new era, that every episode has its own gimmick to it. Which, I think the gimmicks for this season, for the most part, are not as bad as, like, 44 in particular. Even though, to be fair, 44 is like a lot of those in the pre-merge.
What is this?
Did I know Dee has a big toe? I do know that. But also, this is also a thing that people talk about, too, is that, oh my god, Dee's edit, it's all about her big toe. Like, it's mentioned twice. Like, what are you talking about? That, like, all we know about Dee is her big toe. She talks about her family, like, almost every fucking episode. Like, she literally in this episode, they mention, oh my god, Dee, she talks about her family all the time.
I don't deserve that kid.
Like, I do feel like a lot of people just aren't paying attention to Dee's edit. Like, a lot of people that, like, don't see how Dee can win. Basically, like, having just, like, put together the review, like, Dee gets so much content that just, like, simply isn't necessary. Dee only mentions how big her toe is. I mean, yeah. And then she picks up a fucking branch with it. Michigan top. I'll be on. I don't even remember fucking Michigan people at this point. And I literally watched it last night. I'm disappointed we lost Jay. Jay seemed like a fun personality, and then he's just like the first boot. That was disappointing. Michigan, the first episode was not great. It wasn't like terrible, but it was just like kind of mid. Like no one, like not many people are like really sticking out to me outside the people that like obviously we know, like George and Ian, and Katie. The winner's edit pod is crying. Oh, yeah, they were like very pro Bello, right? Which I don't fucking get it. I don't get how you can watch this season and think that Bello's going to win. Like the entire post-merge is showing how much of a train wreck Bello is. Like I don't get how you can actually think Bello's going to win this season. Like it feels like the entire point of the post-merge edit is to show how Bello doesn't win, and like they're thinking that Bello wins. Like straight, this season has been like really like doing the review and everything, or like doing the review and like looking at like all the content of the season. By the way, I've rewatched a good chunk of the season at this point too through doing the review. Where's this last guy? Excuse me? There he is. Okay, cool. But I did end up rewatching a lot of this season to like make sure like my analysis was correct on things. Oh yeah, fucking Riley and Matt aren't dating. What a travesty. Who would have guessed? But I do see RHP's about to release their Podcast of America. So that'll be something. That should be fun. Is Bruce gonna be on the challenge? I mean, I guess never rule it out, but probably not. Oh, by the way, did we ever talk about this? We didn't talk about this yet. They spoiled the episode. Or at least someone spoiled the episode yesterday. Because like, I was just looking at like the Survivor Reddit, and then someone posts like, "Oh, beware! There's spoilers for tomorrow's episode on YouTube." And I go to YouTube, and yeah, like there's a short that literally was Bruce's final words. So like I don't know how they got that, but like this episode was spoiled like before, like yesterday. So that was a bit strange. Have I started the All-Star Rush? As in, like, editing it? No, I've recorded it. But I haven't edited it yet.
I thought we lost you.
Again, like, I've literally spent the last week catching up on Survivor. The Survivor review. Which, again, I'm fully caught up on the writing and recording up to episode 9. I've edited up until... Oh, I don't have it open anymore. Where was I? I was at the swap. Like, right after swap.
Reminded me that that's not who I am.
Like, I think I'm on episode 4 after the swap and talking through Bello. Which I'm an hour and 5 minutes in. So that's something. Yeah, straight up, this is already on pace to be longer than 44.
Set things right.
So essentially, like, how I do this is obviously I keep timestamps and everything. And I bring up a comparison between previous reviews, where I do have my timestamps for 44 and my timestamps for BB25 in front of me. And up to this point of episode 4, I am a few minutes ahead of the 44 review. In comparison to BB25, if we're going like week by week instead of episode by episode, I'm also ahead of BB25. But also, to be fair, BB25 has more weeks than Survivor will have episodes. And then also, week 6 is ridiculous. To where there won't be a Survivor episode that long. Or straight, actually, the premiere 45 was shorter than both week 1 and episode 1 of the previous reviews.
There was symbiote left inside of me. It started
But obviously that's because the Survivor 45 premiere was 90 minutes instead of 2 hours.
The voices
So,
are gone, but the power is
CBS
still
social media fucked up? Yeah. Seems to be
Incredible.
that. So they just like posted the because they do post those clips, right, on YouTube of the final words. So they probably just did that too early. Is that what it was? I think it might be 4 hours. I don't think it'll be as long as the BB25 review,
The world is gonna get turned
but
into
I could
a
see it like
million
nearing the
pieces.
4-hour mark.
There's no one I'd rather be
I think you
kicking
hit him
than
up
you.
for 5-month resub.
the feeling's mutual.
Because like just looking at like the comparison of BB or not BB to
Okay.
Survivor 44,
While I look for
it does
Harry,
feel like episode by
I should see what else
episode
makes him
after the
Spidey
premiere, I am talking about each episode longer. Which again makes sense considering it's 90 minutes over 60 minutes. But again, like I do think it'll be short in the BB25 review because again, it's like one less week / episode, and then
Sorry about that.
also like I feel like the middle weeks of Big Brother were like longer than like obviously like week 6 of Big Brother was like what 34 minutes. Where like I think outside of the premiere, I don't think I have a single episode that's gonna be longer than like 17 minutes. Or surprising, I think episode 4 might be the second longest episode I talk about. Which I do find that strange, because I think that's not what I thought it would be. I'm also surprised too that I assumed episode 3 would be super long. Episode 3 is actually shorter than episodes 2 and 4 for some reason. Is it true that Hannah comes back next episode with her vape and dominance? Obviously. Obviously, this was all, that's why the edit's so fucked, because Hannah comes back and wins, obviously. Yeah, also when, like, Bruce doesn't play his idol, just everyone's smiling, that's also a thing. Yeah, reviews were an hour and a half. Yeah, well, if only we're in that world still. We'll see how long my Survivor UK review ends up being, because I don't
Everyone all
feel
right?
like
Just to be safe, I recommend going home as soon as you can.
I don't feel like it'll be that long. Like I mean, I think it'll probably be like 2 hours. But like I don't feel like I'll end up talking about it for like. I think it is 16 episodes though. It is a longer season. So yeah. Though I hate All Stars more on the rewatch. Where I'm talking about after my rewatch, I have it bottom 3. And like I think it actually like I'd probably rather rewatch Australian Outback in Thailand than All Stars. Where I think if it was not for the fact that it was All Stars, where they're all where there's like obviously a good chunk of like good personalities and it's cool to see them back, I think it would be the worst season.
Gotta call Miles and get over there
Is
quick.
Thailand returnees pretty much again at least Thailand's funny at points. Like All Stars isn't even funny. Like outside of Rupert Shelter, like what is like a great like character moment coming from All Stars? Think Rangers game is going to be worse than BB1? I mean, it'll be short. At least there's that. By the way, I believe Reindeer Games is filming next week. I believe is what the rumor is. So we might know the cast by next stream, maybe. Hatch catching shark. I mean, that's fine. I don't think that's like. Oh, it's like it's okay. Not my favorite character moment in the world, but yeah, that's all right. What am I doing? Do I have the wait? No, wait. I'm doing a side quest. Why am I doing a side quest?
Wish I had time to help.
What's the Reindeer
Could've made it
Games
somewhere
cast on
else.
Twitter? Sheena winning immunity is like a good moment. I've been bamboozled. I mean, yeah, but that's also like 2 seconds. Unlike again a what 15, 16 episode season. How long is that season? 15 episodes, right? 15 episode season.
Central Park. I've got to find a way to get through to Harry. He's in there. I know I can reach him. Just
But yeah, like Hatch, like outside of obviously his Sue situation, was fun on All Stars. Mainly because he's like really hamming it up. But still, like the end game is pretty dreadful. And like while you obviously have the like the Lex and Rob conversation, like all that stuff, which I still think is like one of the most fascinating like moments in Survivor history, it's still not a fun moment. I actually genuinely want to edit my All-Star retrospective because I don't even know how long it'll be. It'll be long. Like, the recording was ridiculous. And again, like, it was the All-Star retrospective that... okay, I guess Final Tribal. But even then, there's, like, a lot of negativity surrounding Final Tribal, too. But, yeah, my All-Star retrospective, like, made me change back to writing scripts again, essentially. Where, like, I said that coming into the year, I'm going to stop writing scripts. It's all going to be bullet points. And then, like, I stopped after the All-Star retrospective because of how dreadful that was to record that with just bullet points. And too, I probably still could do bullet points for most things, but I think All-Stars was definitely, like, not the retrospective to do with bullet points. Because it just took forever. Like, I forgot, how long is the record? The recording is, like, almost 10 hours, if I remember right. 525 minutes. So what is that? 525 minutes, that is almost 9 hours. Okay, it's not over 9 hours, but almost 9 hours. Which, like, straight, it's probably going to be, like, a 4-hour video. It's probably not even going to be, like, even half of that thing. Because, like, just so much of it was, like, me, like, trying to make sure I didn't, like, forget things.
I wish I had time to help, but I'm needed somewhere else.
After Tragedy isn't filmed live, so we can see Jeff and Cameron live feeds again, obviously. Yeah, Mariah blindside Castellan. Yeah, that was definitely a big move. I think I pretty much played the second game, or third game. I mean, like, completely optimally. But also, again, like, it's a game where, like, you're not facing off against anybody, are you? Like, despite Ty being known as a comp beast, Claudia actually won more comps against Ty than Ty against Claudia. Oh, is that I never actually paid attention to that. So, like, just Claudia didn't play in most of the comps that Ty won. That's kind of funny.
We are healthy, strong. This is what you want.
And Final Six Veto, though, Claudia, yeah, didn't play in because she was HOH.
Stop, Harry! We can help you!
But yeah, like, All-Stars, I just think is a dreadful season at this point.
Where's the rest of it?
Like, this is the big worry, too, is that I haven't edited anything for next year yet. And, like, almost everything is, like, a really big video at the beginning of the year. It's, like, kind of this weird thing where, like, the beginning of the year is, like, stacked with massive videos. Or, like, beginning of the year as in, like, January, February. And after that, it's, like, that's where we get to, like, the shorter videos. But, like, it's very worrying, the fact that I haven't started at all on, like, editing the All-Star video. Left Behind. I haven't even recorded the Big Brother player ranking yet. Beginning of the year, again, there's Survivor UK review. Penultimate Juror ranking I will have to record at some point. Obviously after the season ends. BB Can 2 retrospective. Eventually starting the challenge review. Like, there's going to be a lot of, like, big things early on in the year, which is kind of annoying. I already recorded the Left Behind video. It's fucking 3 hours of audio. It's going to be like an hour and a half for Left Behind. But if I remember, I feel like I was happy with how that video turned out. At least the, like, script and everything of it. Would I like to see a Philip return to Survivor? Not really. I'm not, like, dying for it. I'll be fine if it happens, but I'm not like I need Philip to return. You're watching AU All-Stars and Will Neff, and I forgot how good of a player AK is. Yeah, I agree with that. Actually, yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, I didn't remember the flick move at all. That's the last episode I've watched with him. Oh, no, I've watched the Nick boot. But I didn't watch... I think he streamed some yesterday, right? And I didn't watch it. But yeah, Will Neff's been, like, gone a lot. To where... I don't think he's been watching Australian Survivor that much recently. But yeah, AK, I think, is a really good player. I think, like, in terms of just, like, raw strategic ability, I think he's definitely, like, one of the better players in AU history. Would I be shocked if Couture wins season? Yeah, I'll be pretty shocked. I would like again. It's not like it wouldn't be as shocked. Like I would actually be more shocked for like Austin won, or even Drew at this point. But like I would still be shocked. Or I think it's 100% Emily or D. You have a cryptocurrency ad on your Twitch homepage? Well, that's something. That's bizarre. Do I think it's gonna be D Emily Firemaking? Probably not, because I doubt both of them get there together. I don't know. I guess like if Emily does get to the end with like Jake and Katura, who would be the fourth? I guess. Like, would it be D? So I don't know. Maybe in that route. But I think if D wins, I don't see Emily being in the end game. Who old school do I want back for 50? Who do I want is a much bigger, like, it's very different from like who we'll actually get. Because I'd love to get people like Shane Powers and people like that, but like that's not happening. Like realistic people, probably like, I don't know. I was gonna say Malcolm, but I don't even know if I like, do I need Malcolm back at this point? I don't know. Like there's people like, yeah, I would love like Sean Rector coming back. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, like Davey, is Davey old school? But yeah, I would like to see Davey back. I do worry about Davey versus Goliath and like them being like really screwed over at this point in terms of returning chances. John Carroll is never playing Survivor again. Again, if they wanted John Carroll, he would have been back already. Like the fact that he wasn't even called for Second Chance, despite them calling a whole bunch of old schoolers, like, it's not good. Hannah's the female Shane Powers, I guess, in terms of, like, just having, or, like, wanting to quit the game due to nicotine or withdrawal or whatever. Does Bossfrog make merge on his 6th try? Probably not. It's probably the exact same. I've said this before, this is, like theory on these, like, players are, like, massive threats in the game, like Sandra, Boss Rob, Parvati. I think they're the types of players that I think at this point they'll get through their initial tribe because there's such this like meta about meat shields that they'll keep them around as shields in the game. But then once they swap, they'll be swapped into a position where they're almost always going to go home unless they're literally swapped with all their allies. Where outside that, it's usually them being swapped into a position where it's kind of too late for the like new people that get to meet them at the swap to like start using them as meat shields, because now they're meat shields for other people. To where it's like kind of too late to start working on them, to where like they'll just vote them out instead. Like that's kind of my like current like thought of like where like Boston Rob or like Sandra would go, and like pretty much every time they play. I did not say nicotine. Actually, yeah, I think I forgot about the Edge of Extinction thing, but also it's like, I don't know, I don't care enough to go back and add it. But I didn't mention the nicotine withdrawal thing, but like, not much. I did go on a rant about people being upset at her for quitting. And I did say, if you're upset at her being cast, maybe you should have done better in casting. I did say that. Boss Rock could pull a Bruce run? I mean, potentially, but like that's not good either. I do have Brando higher than Bruce, I think. Actually, do I, or is it like, is he the spot above? I don't remember. But like they're essentially in the same spot. Like straight up, I think he actually played, like Brando played better than Bruce. No, I do have Brando above Bruce. The only people I have Bruce above are Sifu, Brandon, Hannah, and J Maya. And even then, I think I would argue J Maya. Because like J Maya, like at least like probably wasn't gonna be the first out of Reba. At least there's that. She also, again, would have survived the Sean vote anyway. At least there's that. Like, Bruce, from what... Yeah, I think the thing also though is that J Maya played terribly, like played terribly, like where you like take out the positioning of it all. Like I think she like does play poorly. But like Bruce, like from what we've heard from Exopress, would have been like the person vote out the entire pre-merge, both on his OG tribe and then also on the swap tribe. Like he would have been voted out had they gone to tribal. And then again, he was the target coming to literally every single round, yet had immunity outside the split tribal twist. Where at that point he's essentially getting saved by split tribal, where he gets swapped in a position where Bellows had the majority. And even then, the Bellows initially want to take him out. And then proceeds to get voted out with an idol in his pocket. Like, it's really bad. I just don't care enough to play fucking Outlaster. Or, like, ever, like, playing Roblox. Roblox is on PlayStation now, though, right?
We have to talk.
I know the first 3 rounds of Sequester Mini BBUS for BB Cannon on YouTube. I think the entire thing is, isn't it? Like, isn't the entire thing on YouTube? At least it used to be. Like one person's perspective of it, at least. Let's see, Sequester. I can't type. What the fuck? Yeah, it's still here, right? This is the one, right? Yeah, this is the entire thing. Yeah, there it is. That's the link. No quiz tonight? Okay. Yeah, Australian Survivor we haven't done yet, right? So, I probably won't do it. Like, I would expect me to not do as well in Australian Survivor. Especially because, like, there's so many, like, of the earlier boots that, like, don't matter. I think you can chat on console. Oh, yeah, that's really lame, then. Isn't that, like, the entire point of it? Yeah, like, I believe, like, wait, let's see what link I posted. Because I know there was a channel that, like, had all the big sequesters posted. Yeah, this is the one, yeah. Like, if you go to their channel, yeah, they have all the big sequester, well, at least the early ones. So, yeah, they have the RGP one, BBUS versus BB Can, Influencer one, which is the one that Terran played in, which is actually a really fun one. Then both Survivor ones, and then the Winners at War one. So... Oh, I definitely have recollection of Rachel going out early. Because if Rachel does it to herself. Where I said this about, like, Dash on Squid Game. That Dash is, like, the female Rachel, or is the male Rachel Riley. And, like, I've, like, said that, like, beyond that. But, like, I think, like, that further proved it. And, like, that's why, because, like, it reminded me of her Sequester run. Where, like, she completely does it to herself. Because, like, she literally, like, I believe what happens there, right, is that Andy was getting voted out. Yeah, she was targeting Jesse. And Jesse, it was a drag round. And Jesse, like, comes up, like, goes to her and says, if I get voted out, I am dragging you from the game. So, yeah, like, she still proceeds to vote for Jesse. And also plays her LOS on Andy. To where Andy is saved due to her LOS, only for Jesse to be voted out, and then Jesse to then drag her from the game. Is Dash non-binary? I didn't know that. I thought Amazing Race was really boring.
She never thought about herself.
I found, by the way, I did find it super funny, the final scene, though, of, like, the race between Stephen and Lee and Todd and Ashley. Like, the editing of that is so funny because it was so fake. Like, I just found it so funny that they, like, tried to make it seem like they were actually racing at the same time when, like, clearly that was not the case. Like, clearly Todd and Ashley, like, were way behind, yet they tried to make it seem like they were, like, right next to each other or whatever. Thoughts on Circle of Trust? I think it's interesting. It's an interesting game. I really liked most of what they did in terms of, like, the tests that they did in between games. So I guess that one, like, actually, like, I believe they, like, have it as an actual game, but still, I think it's an interesting one for sure.
You find the meteorite?
I don't know if I love the aspect of like that it can be entirely random. of like the person that or like, I think you should like each person should have like one go at it, and also like the fact that like 3 people don't have to go at all, right? I guess like in theory. Like I don't love all of that, but I thought it was like a fun game though. What if Beard Bros win? I think they are.
Ready to get started.
Where I think the edit's been like overtly positive towards them. And like they're clearly being set up as these like underdogs, to where like they're being the like they talk about how like, oh, we just need to beat Greg and John, and in this episode they beat Greg and John and everything.
Looks like that scared you, huh?
Like I think it's between them and Rob and Corey.
Like this.
Where like Greg and John scream out as like the type of team that like gets to the end and blows it. Like the like Tyler and Corey, the like Colin and Christy the first time around. Like sort of team that like they like do very well throughout most season, but then they just like suck at the final leg. And then yeah, I think like Steve and Anna Lee, like I just feel like they're being portrayed a bit too like negatively to win. Or like I feel like, does Amazing Race portray their winners that overtly negative? Not really, right? But I mean, I guess to be fair, it's like how much of that is avoidable, considering it like they actually were fighting and everything. But still, it does feel like a bit of a strange archetype to win.
I think I'm almost done clearing this nest.
Jess and Cody. Did Jess and Cody fight that much? I really don't remember that.
Keep looking for that meteorite. Don't let him get in your head. That's not Harry talking.
Yeah, I guess Brooke. But I'm thinking of like the more recent winners, where like they're all like very happy-go-lucky teams. Like Derek and Claire, Kim and Penn. Will and James were strategic, but were still portrayed like positively. And then like Colin and Christy were like super zen. They weren't, but they were showing negative. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't even remember. That's your boot ranking? What is it? You have J. Maya above Bruce. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much my ranking. Just I have Bruce above J. Maya, but like I could definitely see the argument for the other way around. I might switch it because yeah, again, like I think Bruce is like just like kind of astronomically bad for his placement. I believe I do have Sean above Brando. Because again, Sean like was about to survive. Like he like actually got the entire tribe to go after Sifu. And yeah, he fucks up for himself by quitting. But again, that wasn't a game move though. And then also he survived how many tribals? Like 3 tribals before that? While also seemingly like running the show alongside Sabaya for first 2 rounds.
Still here.
Thanks, Ned. Thoughts on Michigan? I'm trying to remember what happened. Like a lot of it just like faded from mine. I mean, Michigan difference twist was I mean, I get like, is it just gonna be like a different twist every round, or is like it gonna be the same thing like this every time? But either way, like the twist for this round, like that was essentially like the twist from this season, right? Of episode 1 that didn't get shown. Of like someone from the opposing tribe getting to go to the other person's tribal and casting a vote. Like that was pretty much just exactly what was supposed to be on this season, but we just didn't get to see it. We could sort of be OTTPP.
This isn't where I belong, Harry.
Probably not.
Neither do you. Come on, Miles.
I don't know. Was it like overly positive? Like I think you could argue it, but I don't think I would have it that way.
You know that. Pete and I, we're gonna save you from this.
Is it choices though? I think she got all of them, didn't she?
What are you showing?
But she also got the love letter thing to write to another person, right? because like she got it, and then like she was going to like it's in the preview for next episode or something, right? Or was it in one of the confessionals? Like I remember seeing it like at the end of the episode.
Haley's in trouble. Pete,
Yeah, I know the scenes. It's just that I'm like,
the Harlem subway station.
like
Next to the bridge.
the panic attack scene. Is that supposed to be overtly positive? I guess.
Heading there now. Wait for me though, man. Harry, he's after you. I have to go help Haley.
Where it's like I don't
Later, right?
care personally, but I guess like it's supposed to be like positive for her, right?
Saw this vision of the meteorite underground.
Because her being the one that come up with the Julie plan and not go through is really bad. Yeah, I think there is a lot of like undermining of her like strategically in this episode.
Sorry, Miles, but I can't waste any time.
But I still think tonally it probably is like overall still positive. But I don't know if it's like double positive.
There's the subway entrance.
Yeah, I like
That's
I kind of like lost interest like midway through.
Clear out this bridge. Everyone stay
I also feel like the beginning of the episode was a bit strange too, where like it just felt like kind of a, I don't know, like not very grand like opening to the season. For bad for Jake, yeah, I feel bad for Jake 100%. But also he's still not playing well though. But yeah, I do feel bad for Jake. Even the jury feels bad for Jake. I have no memory of this mission going on for this long, by the way. He's like, this is the penultimate mission, but it's like... This feels like it's been going on for fucking ever. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, like, where were they at? Where were they at, like, edit-wise at that point? Where, like, the season filmed? Because, like, Ian edits seasons 2 through 5. But, like, I know season 2 is out by this point, right? But was season 3 definitely wasn't then, right? Because, like, I think season 2 aired when All Stars was filming. Which, this is the next semester. And, like, season 3 was until a year later. So, yeah, season 3 definitely didn't air yet, right? Wait, had they actually, I just realized this. Had they watched the episode, they look at the credits. He's listed in the credits, right?
Please talk to me.
Like, they would literally be able to, like, find out that he's the guy that edited the show from the fucking credits of the fucking episode. Well, on streamer not was the next game I'm playing for Like a Dragon Gaiden is the next game I'll play. Which I'll be on, like, I'll do that on my own. I'll play the Xbox. It'll be my first, like, game I record footage for on Xbox. Which, I won't be able to use my mic for it, but it's also, like, whatever. Who really cares? I want to play Alan Wake. I'm going to play Alan Wake. So the plan is... I already have the funds to buy Alan Wake 2, because I did end up buying some PlayStation gift cards on Black Friday. So, like, I already have the funds on my account. I'm just waiting to see if it goes on sale. Because, again, the Game Awards are next week. And typically there's a game, like a Game Awards sale going on at that time, where, like, typically the games nominated end up going on sale. So I'm like, well, I might as well not buy Alan Wake 2 right now and wait for the sale. But I'll still play, I'll play Like a Dragon first, because I do want to test out the Xbox stuff. But I'll play, well, actually, so this is the thing, like, I will play Alan Wake 1, I think, before I play Alan Wake 2, because I haven't played Alan Wake 1 in, like, literally, what, 12 years? I played it when it came out, and I haven't played it since. So it's like, yeah, 13 years ago. So I have, like, almost no memory of it. But I also end up buying American Nightmares on Xbox. So, like, I might play that as well before I play Alan Wake 2.
There, the subway tunnel.
And I kind of want to play Control again, too. I probably just won't do that before I play Alan Wake 2.
Hey, everything all good with Haley?
See, this is the thing. Like, I can use my old mic for streaming on Xbox. But when you record footage, it just doesn't allow you to use a mic at all. Like, that's simply just, like, not an option to use a mic when you just record footage. So, like, I can stream from Xbox and, like, have my audio play, but it would have to be my old mic. But I can't have any mic at all if I'm just, like, recording footage without streaming it. Which, again, it's like, whatever, because, like, how many people are really watching my Let's Play channel and everything? And even then, how much do I really even say most of the time anyway?
I was trying to save you.
But yeah, so like whenever I play an Xbox game for that channel, it just won't have any audio. And it's probably for the better anyway. Because if I ever do decide to actually use game audio at some point, then I actually can. I played Bayonetta 1. I've not played the others. I mean, everyone after that's exclusively on Nintendo consoles, which I haven't had in forever. Oh, I'm definitely going to play Alan Wake 2 on PS5. Or again, like for me, Xbox is simply for the games I can't play on PlayStation. Or on Game Pass, obviously. So yeah, like Alan Wake, I'll buy on PlayStation.
Well, it's a date then.
And I'll play Alan Wake 1 on PlayStation as well. And American Nightmare I'll play on Xbox because it's only on Xbox for whatever reason. I don't know, like, why have they not... why did Alan Wake Remastered not come with American Nightmare? Like, that's weird, right? Which, I mean, to be fair, American Nightmare is, like, more of a spin-off than it is, like, a, like, DLC, but still. I do feel like you might as well just remade that, too. Or remastered it. Oh my god, we're still fucking doing this mission? Oh, fuck me. Bayonetta's better than Devil May Cry. I mean, I think I enjoyed Bayonetta 1 more than I enjoyed any Devil May Cry game outside of 5. Cash predictions for reindeer games? I mean, obviously Cameron. Outside of that, I mean, I'm not sure. Like, Big Jeff, probably. Is probably likely. I'm not really sure who else, to be honest. It'll be interesting. Who are the most swap screw players? I'm probably like... Actually, I was gonna say Aaron, but maybe not. Because, like, at least he had, like, James. What is this? Stunt doubles for reality. Oh, is this really a thing? They use stunt doubles. Wow, that's fucking dumb. That's actually a thing they did? Like, why... Like, there's been other shows that have done stuff like that, right? I mean, I guess, like, they've had, like, pools underneath them and stuff, right? I guess it wouldn't be as big of a drop-off, but still. Like, that's kind of funny. Matt Bischoff? No, I wouldn't say Matt Bischoff's one of the most screwed over. Or at least, I think he would be, like, in the same ballpark. Actually, I think Aaron was more screwed over than Matt Bischoff.
I'm here.
Who's actually the most screwed over? As in, like, Anna Kate is up there. Like, literally being swapped into, like, an unwinnable position of, like, not even surviving a single round. Marcus? I wouldn't say he was completely, like, I would say, like, there were outs. He just, like, didn't, like, use them. I don't agree with Brando at all. And I talked through it in the video. I don't think Brando is swap screwed at all. I think it's entirely his own poor play that caused him to go. Where again, he actually comes into the swap with the advantage, and he fucks it up. Where again, like, the entire swap, Silas is a big one too. But again, that entire swap tribe is one where, again, it's a fight for Emily. To where, like, they had, like, Kendra and Emily had a relationship from the original thing. What's it called? The original twist thing that happened in the premiere that didn't get aired. To where, yeah, like they had the advantage in pulling over Emily, but then they failed. Like, Austin and Drew did a much better job at pulling in Emily than Kendra and Brando did. Where Brando himself admits in post-game press that, like, he, like, let Kendra essentially do most of the work with Emily, and he didn't really, like, do much. And, like, that's bad. Like, why didn't you try to pull in Emily? That's terrible. Yeah, I guess it is a lot of icky people, isn't it? Sandra Game Changers? I would say, yeah. Not Sandra Winners at War, though. Jordy, if not for Shawnee's idol. I mean, didn't Liz have an idol still, though? And even then, there was still Liz to potentially go home. Like, there wasn't that big of a difference between the two. Where, like, obviously, like, for me, it's like Sandra would be up there because, like, obviously between Sandra and Jeff Barner, you're going to vote off Sandra. And also, what was the other one? There was another one we talked about. Anna Kate. The Anna Kate one was also one where, like, Julia was coming back to the tribe and they knew that Julia and Anna were closer than with Ty. So, like, that screwed her over, too. Roar? I mean, no, I wouldn't say so. I mean, yeah, kind of in the sense that Ryan had the had the, like, idol thing with Chrissy. So, like, a little bit, but I wouldn't say as screwed over as the other ones. Rick Devens, I would say, yeah, it's definitely not great. Like, I would say he's, like, more in, like, the Aaron mold, where, like, he definitely got swapped into a bad position, was pretty screwed over, but, like, it wasn't the, like, the definitive boot, though. To where, like, he's not, like, the most screwed over, because, like, he wasn't the, like, prime target, but he was, like, put into a very, very bad spot. Wentworth, yeah, Wentworth is in someone else, sir. She would be up there, I think. Especially because, like, it seemed like they sided with, well, I mean, too far, like, Missy and John were close the entire time, so that was a major factor in things anyway. But obviously, like, Dale didn't help at all. I would not say Boston Robin winners that war. Like, on paper, like, I think, like, in the sense of, like, yeah, he had, like, Adam and Ben who were, like, never going to work with him, but also it's, like, they didn't want to work with him because of how Boston Rob treated them to begin with, though.
Miles, I'm not seeing a rock.
And to fair, Adam did want to work with Boston Rob, it's just that, like, it was more so Ben.
Thanks for coming, Pete. We want to show you something.
Alexis Cagayan? No, I think Alexis fucked it up for herself. Where Alexis, like, openly says, I'm happy to see my beauties over there, or whatever. It's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you saying that?
Finally free.
But yeah, it definitely wasn't a great position, though. But still, it's like, for you to, like, openly say that, it was really dumb. But again, I think that is because of how Rob treated Ben pre-swap, though. It's like, yeah, by the time they swap, he was screwed, but he's screwed because of his own poor play before that.
Yo, bro. Not cool.
Where players that have been saved by swap? I mean, a lot.
We can't stay here.
I mean, like, Sean almost was. Until he quit. Amber, if she hadn't fallen in love with Rob.
You good, man? We need to call
Fiji.
NJ.
I mean, yeah, that's Fiji. Like, if we're considering that swap, then, like, Michelle and Fiji would definitely be, would be one. Michelle was saved by swap? Which swap are we talking about? I don't think so. Like, are we talking about Korong? No.
What's going on out there, guys?
But she would have been booted in the first tribal. Like, if they got in the tribal first, she was the boot. But by the time of the swap, she was actually safe by that point. She was actually screwed over. Like, she would have gone home if they went to tribal after the swap. If I remember right. Oh, no, wait, was it? Yeah, that is right. Yeah, she would have went home if they went to tribal after swap. Yeah, this is the final mission. Jackie Gabone. It's like not an all-time bad one, but she did get screwed. We're not gonna do a drop tonight. I never do them on Wednesdays anyway, but or at least while like Survivor and stuff is going on. But even if I did, like I wouldn't do it today anyway because I do want to play Castaway Island.
Lock the doors. Board the windows. Trust
Where's the military? That is a question. Yeah, well, where's the military? I didn't get a fast travel at all in this playthrough, right? Yeah. He's like, you don't unlock fast travel unless you do side content. Yeah, the plan is I'm going to finish Spider-Man here, which will probably be another, like, 30 to 45 minutes. Probably closer to 45. But once I finish it, we'll play Castaway Island. I don't think Tracy was screwed by the swap. I think she was screwed by Chet quitting. Bubba, I mean, yeah, but he also played poorly within that, though. To where, like, I don't think he's, like, the most swap screwed over. Bradley was pretty screwed the second time around. Or, like, the second swap or whatever. But even then, though, it was still by people that, like, he was actually working. Well, at least Dominic was someone that he was working with initially. It's like it does, like, kind of show, like, probably some poor play from him. That his own ally turned against him. Matt Rogers got swap screwed. Oh, yeah, definitely. In All-Stars.
Central Park Road.
But, yeah, it's not like... yeah, it's not like he was in a great spot to begin with, though. But, yeah, it was a bad spot where, like, he gets swapped to a tribe with, like, all of his enemies from his real tribe and then none of his allies.
The meteorite is the source of all the power, right?
BB Quill and the swap screwed? I mean, Twit's screwed, right?
But it was
I guess.
until Harry repaired it.
I mean, like, what happened to Joseph, where that's essentially a swap screw, right?
Cut off a piece at low power.
Right,
Veto
so
draw.
What if we crank the power up? Like way past.
I mean, but are you, like, ever screwed by a veto draw?
Connected to the hive mind.
Theoretically.
But that
I mean, I
gotta be mobbed with symbiotes.
Kinda, I guess. I don't know.
You know Harry's not gonna let that rock out of his sight.
Unless he sees something he wants more.
I forgot, we still have a fucking MJ mission to do, don't we?
Just, for illustrative purposes. Harry's still Harry.
Celeb
Thinks
3?
he's healing the world.
Oh, you're talking about, for...
His best friend beside him.
Oh my god, what's her name?
Shauna?
Shauna Mokler, or whatever? That's her name, right?
I grabbed a space rock. For illustrative purposes.
But yeah, like, I mean...
The accelerator?
Like, but that would be in a situation where, like, you were to target to begin with, right? And that would essentially just be a back door.
Theoretically.
And, like, the proper definition of the back door or whatever.
What Connor said about
Fuck me, I have to edit the fucking BB5 retrospective at some point, too. That's gonna be funny.
If you can't save him, are you
Won't
ready?
come to that. You two will be able to destroy the rock in time.
Oh, I just realized I didn't change the outfits back. I didn't want to do that. Is it gonna let me anymore? God damn it. I want to do the ending in a ridiculous outfit. I don't know if it'll let me anymore. God damn it. Todrick is doing House of Villains because it's another season. I mean, like, he probably needs the money, so yeah. Would it just be at his house, though? Would that, or is that what, or maybe that's what it'll be. He, like, rents out his house, even though he's renting it for someone else. For House of Villains. I mean, yeah, again, Aaron was screwed.
Just standing there.
Where I say he's, like, in the Rick level in the sense that, like, yeah, he was screwed, but he also wasn't, like, he didn't have to be the primary target. Like, there was another option in James.
For everything. Come on, bro. We're the Spider team.
So it's like swap screwed, but not, like, screwed to be the actual, like, immediate boot. Yeah, it is funny that Todrick's still in the, like, Big Brother community. But, like, people still go to Todrick's house every postseason, despite how, like, negatively he was looked at in Celebrity Big Brother 3. The BB9 finale solidified your opinion of Jen being the second worst player. What happened to the BB9 finale?
It's you and me, Harry. Like we always wanted.
I mean, yeah, I think he's, like, entirely canceled, right? Apparently, Narice just got probation for a crime. Well, that's something. Not that shocked. Oh, by the way, did I ever talk about it? I fucking watched a few episodes of Love Island Games. Which I didn't like. So I don't know if I'll go back. We'll see. I mean, like, I think it'll be one of these things where, like, if I have nothing else to watch, I'll probably just, like, put it on the background. But also, it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's interesting because, like, obviously, like, I know some of these people from, like, other shows and everything. But I don't know. The show, like, it's essentially just a glorified Love Island season. Like, yeah, I was expecting it to be, like, more like The Challenge. But no, it's essentially just Love Island, but they just, like, do random challenges at points that aren't even physical. Like, it's, like, more so, like, Perfect Match. That's the show I'm thinking of. It's essentially Perfect Match, but with Love Island people.
You wanted a story, Watson.
It gets more social strategy as it continues. But also, like, it feels like it's, like random social strategy. Like, where, like, it doesn't feel like there's, like, a proper game format. Where, like, it falls into this, like, trap that I feel like Netflix shows fall into. Where, like, it just feels like things are happening with, like, no set, like, actual formula to how the show is, like, playing out. Or, like, that was, like, my issue with, like, Surviving Paradise and, I mean, even Perfect Match and, like, some other shows. That's, like, it just feels like things are happening. Yeah, it totally isn't, yeah. I didn't expect there to be. When Ryan was asked about what he would do with the money when he talked about going on vacation with Jen, they were discussing, yeah, again, like, in posts, like, they talked about how, like, Jen was, like, a major reason why they didn't want Ryan to win. Like, they just, like, they just really hated, Jen. To where, like, it plays a factor into why Ryan loses the game. I will not play, Walking Dead Destinies. I've seen gameplay footage of it. It looks terrible. But, yeah, I barely have time to play the actual good games of the year. I'm not going to go out of my way to play that, at least. I'll probably play Gollum. So I did buy Gollum. Yeah, I'm not saying that Ryan, like, was a great player or anything. But, I do feel like, a lot of his jury chances were, like, also harmed by the fact that he was in a relationship with Jen. How would Survivor Legends do in Big Brother? I mean, we literally just saw Suri. Yeah, like, Walking Dead, like, yeah, that game's, like, essentially, like, what if Walking Dead game, right? Like, Walking Dead as in, like, the TV show, but, like, you can make choices that, like, change what happened. But, yeah, like, it's just, like, extremely half-baked as a game, which is why it's supposed to be not good. Yeah, jury management with Natalie was bad. He was saying he wants to do good things and maybe donate to charity or something. Oh, what a great response. I wonder how many Survivor players would break due to the 100 days like Suri. I think almost all of them, to be honest. I mean, to be fair, we saw the players in the house break. Like, even Corey was, like, out of it by the end. Like, someone that was, like, this massive super fan of the show and everything.
Time to go.
Okay, there we go. Oh, I don't think Tony would even make it, like, a month. I think he would, like, lose his mind. Being stuck in a house for a month. Can you run this?
Gotta get out of here.
I guess we'll see. Oh, I guess you can't. Oh, you have to shoot this, don't you? Well, that worked out. Better not do 100 days ever again. I mean, we'll see. I hope they don't, but I would not be that shocked.
The sky.
Adam was going to cut Sheila at 4 until he changed his mind an hour before eviction. Did Adam? Yeah, Adam did have the vote, right? Which, I mean, like, for him, like, yeah, that should have been, like, an obvious call, right? So it is kind of bad that he, like, wavers on that. What about America? What about America for what? Could Sandra do it? I think Sandra's one of the more likely people. Actually, I think Sandra might be able to do it, actually. I think for her, like, the thing would be, like, does she care about the money at that point? Oh, here we go. Boss battle with Mary Jane! I actually do genuinely like this section if I was actually playing it properly. But, still. Yeah, because I could see, like, her living in a house for a month or whatever. This fight's so easy on the easiest difficulty. Fuck me. He only takes, like, 3 hits. I feel like I remember him taking, like, 5 or 6 or so.
But I'm fast.
I think Jeremy... I think Jeremy would lose it. Like, he hates being on Survivor for that long. Let alone being on Big Brother. There we go. That was a dumb boss battle on easy. There we go. Oh fuck, I wanted to change outfit. I probably can't at this point. That's disappointing. I wanted to wear a ridiculous outfit while defeating Venom. Sophie, I mean, maybe. I just feel like most people are going to lose their minds being stuck in a house for 100 days. With, like, nothing to do. We're like, Strip, I think I could probably do it. If I had, like, stuff to do. Like, as in, like, if I had, like, my computer and, like, could watch TV and, like, that sort of thing, I could definitely do it. But, like, to be in Big Brother where you have, like, nothing but each other, and you're playing, like, a paranoid-filled game and everything, it's like, yeah, that would be rough. Top 10 most honorable Big Brother players? I mean, I think I'm good. Love Mary Jane gets a DLC. I don't know, I think that'll be interesting. I mean, it won't happen because, like, who the fuck will buy it? Because, like, that's, like, people's, like, big complaint about, like, these games, right? Is that they fucking hate the Mary Jane sections, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. Odds of Buster Rob Parvati returning Survivor, very low. But to be fair, they were very low coming in the Winners at War as well. Well, actually, for Buster Rob, I think it's actually higher than what it was coming into Winners at War. Because, like, coming into Winners at War, I thought it was 0. Can I change outfits? I want to be able to change outfits. No, it won't let me. Ah, what a dick. Okay. Oh, well.
Remember everything we've been through.
Let's see how easy the final boss is on easy. Because I actually played this game on normal for once. Like, sure, I think Spider-Man 2 is, like, the first game I've played on normal in my first playthrough in, like, forever. Actually, I think I did with Mirage until, like, halfway through, and then I was like, fuck it, I don't care enough. Imagine doing a mid-season deep dive. Actually, that would be funny. Yeah, imagine, like, you would just, like, contact the outside world on Big Brother. Like, obviously that would go, like, completely against the entire concept of the show, but, like, that would be funny. Which episode of Winners at War made me realize Tony was winning Edgic-wise? Edgic-wise, I would probably say Sophie vote, if not the episode after the Sophie vote. Would be, like, the lock-in Tony's winning. I guess, like, he was probably the front-runner before that. If I remember right, I think it was, like, an episode or 2 before the Sophie vote, where he became, like, the front-runner. But if we're talking about, like, guaranteed Tony's winning, then it would be, like, probably the episode after the Sophie vote. Okay, game? Can you, like, let me go there? Cool. I mean, like, yeah, he could be on, like, Island of the Idols 2 if they ever did that, which they're not going to. But like I was talking about like natural proper season. Fancers, I would actually like to see that. Like obviously you'd have to keep it like non-game related, but like I think it would be fun. Like straight, I don't think it's like. I think it's better like from a pure like game standpoint to not have them, but I think it would be at least like fun to see them try.
You abandoned us while we were fighting for our lives.
She's winning Big Brother. BB can take a chance. Who's this?
Like that to us.
Olivia? Wait, what's she saying?
He didn't die. He just left the house.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't die. He just left the house. Who's that about? Was that about Hamza or was that about Jesse? 'Cause I assume it's one of the two.
We're giving you a chance.
How many phases of this is there? He's like, this is like a 6-phase battle, right? Or something like that? 5 or 6 phases? We're still in the first phase, right? Okay, that was pointless. I just wasted that. Was she HOH? Oh, wait, she was HOH. Yeah, she was HOH when Hamza went out. If that's what, yeah. I was thinking like Jesse, because I think Jesse, she was on the block against him, right? Yeah, Kissinger died. That's a thing. I don't really care. But he did die. That is a thing that happened. Oh, you didn't realize that? That Jesse from Sequester is Jesse from BB Can? Yeah. That's why him and Hams are... Like, Hams is also...
Why do you keep fighting us?
You're not giving me a choice.
Thank God. Second phase of the fight. Was Jesse screwed by Hamza's HOH? I mean, yeah. I mean, in the fact that, like, no one was coming for him outside Hamza, and even Hamza came after him for, like, dumb reasons, right? I don't remember, why did Hamza go after him? Because, like, it didn't even make sense, right? Like, it was even, like, it wasn't actually, like, I think, it like, didn't have to do with, like, a misunderstanding.
Brute force isn't working. Gotta be a better way.
I think he was targeting Jesse at a point, wasn't he? He saw this parenting. Was that really the reason? Oh, he didn't flip flopping. Yeah. I know that it was a very like hectic HOH where he was going like back and forth on who he wanted to target. I do want to rewatch BB Can 6. The problem is obviously like the show is just so inaccurate. That's like, I feel like if I were to do like a BB Can 6 retrospective, I would like literally re-listen to Terran's updates and everything.
We know what's best for you, for everything.
I mean, again, like, who actually thinks Hamza was a mastermind? Like, obviously the show portrays him positively, but even then, I wouldn't even, like, say just watching the show that I would actually think he's a mastermind. God damn it. Okay, well that's sad. Wait, is he? I just realized this. Can I not die? wait. Like, I'm not going below 30 health. Can I, like, not die for some reason? Wait, did I turn on accessibility? I generally don't remember. Like, why am I not dying? Which, like, I'm fine with. Like, I'm just trying to fucking finish this game at this point. But, like, did I turn something on so I couldn't die? Like, why am I not dying? Watch the BB Can 6 deep dives, but I couldn't find... Oh, you wanted to watch them, but you couldn't find them? I don't know if he ever... Well, I mean, like, are you talking about, like, with the players? I don't know if he ever did them with the players. Alright, this is just wasting time, whatever. Or like, I don't remember. Did he ever do like a big podcast with Paris? But I'm pretty sure he did the live feed update one, like the game recaps that he does like at the end of every season. Who's a better BB player was this? Suri and who's the other one? Oh, is that Candy? Is that who the other person is? Either way, it's Suri.
I trust you, Harry. Not that thing you're wearing.
Not a thing.
Who from BB has my favorite last name? I don't even know. Like, I never even fucking think about fucking people's last names on Big Brother.
You're stronger than the symbiote, Harry. Fight it.
Who has the most fun last name on Big Brother?
Or these guys?
Suri's never meant for Big Brother. I mean, I think Suri was like meant for like BB like 3 Big Brother. Like if she was in there like in place of like Daniel Reyes, I think she would like fit in. But not for modern Big Brother. Shelley Moore do well on Survivor? Probably like in the same way that like Julie is doing well. Does Chicken George count? I mean, his last name is what, Boswell or something? Or are we saying George is his last name? Imagine Suri and Rob instead of Jeff and Jackie. Imagine. Oh yeah, Rob is never would never do Big Brother. Who could they like legitimately have gotten though? Like if they wanted like 2 Survivor people on BB17 instead, like Suri and who's the other one? Like I guess we're keeping like a guy. He did Deal or No Deal Island, which I believe filmed over like a few weeks, right? Not literally 3 months. I mean, yeah, like I think like Sandra, if we're like just doing both women. I was thinking like a guy and a girl, because that's how it worked on there. Malcolm, maybe. I don't think Cochrane's not gonna do fucking Big Brother.
It'll be over soon.
Drew Daniel, such a unique, interesting. Yeah. What a great name, obviously.
Doesn't matter what you do.
Earl.
I'm never gonna heal.
Yule. Again, Yule would not do Big Brother. Again, Yule, who is this like big like tech executive or whatever, and like worked for the U.S. government and everything. Especially at that, like BB17. Like actually, that would probably be like mid his like Facebook scandal, wouldn't it? Oh, here we go. Time for the Miles fight. Keep forgetting to reinstall Twitch. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your Twitch then. That does seem weird.
I think the goo aliens are mad we took their stuff.
Yeah, well,
Jandrian would be great on Big Brother. I believe he said that he wanted to do Big Brother. So like if it's modern day, like yeah, Jandrian could definitely be on. Deterno is the most similar to De Lorenzo? I guess so, but it's not as fun to say though. Like I feel like Deterno is like harder to say than De Lorenzo. Where like De Lorenzo just flows better. Jam Jam better than Daniel Clark? I mean, I think Jam Jam's a better Survivor player than Daniel Clark is a BB Can player. I don't know how Jam Jam is as a Big Brother player, but I feel like he would translate really well. I think the debate there would be like challenge strength, which obviously is more important than Big Brother.
He's okay, right?
I was just gonna
They they get Todd. But they don't want Todd though. It's like, yeah, they can get him, but like they're not ever gonna fucking want Todd Herzog on Big Brother. They don't even want him on Survivor again, let alone Big Brother.
Go, Miles, I've got him. Go!
Sarah Easton's so random? What is this? Which Survivor player do you think would be the best Big Brother player? What, someone say Sierra Easton? I think Sierra Easton would do fine. I don't think she would be like my number one pick. Michelle I see as the top pick. That would make more sense. I'm so disappointed I didn't change outfits. Yeah, this would have been so much cooler if I was wearing a fucking dragon mask outfit that looks so stupid. Netta on Survivor? I don't know if Netta would do that well on Survivor. Or like, I don't think she'd do like exceedingly well, and like she'd do better on Survivor than she would on Big Brother. I could be the equivalent of Sandra on Survivor. Kind of. I think like Sandra can fake it more though than Ica can. Where I think if Ica doesn't like you, like you're gonna know. Where like I feel like Sandra can at least like pretend with fair play and everything. Michelle played a Big Brother style of winning game on Winners at War. I mean, did she? I do think it's funny that if Michelle comes back to Survivor, she's probably like one of the biggest names on the cast now, right? Where like coming in the Winners at War, she was like one of the lesser names. Yeah, if she's on like Survivor 50, she's probably like one of the big names there. Oh, did I quit? Why did I do? I think I accidentally hit that. Yeah, I didn't even see that until now. That's funny. Yeah, let's unpin that. Oh, I forgot Traitors Canada happened. Yeah, I mean, it's probably a Leroy Gerline win, right? At this point, really funny like tragedy for Mickey. But yeah, at this point, it's like, I think clearly, like, yeah, it seems like that's the way the game's gonna go. Is, Leroy, Gerline, final two, where they vote out Mike at 3. Mickey, like, was just there. I mean, like, I don't feel like he did like much wrong as a traitor, but that's because like he just did the same thing he was always doing. Yeah, like Trayvon and Don are gonna be booted first, and then yeah, they'll vote out Mike at 3. And then at that point, it's like do Gerline and Leroy. Well, actually, what happens at that point? They just win, right? Like if you're because if you're faithful, you can't win as an individual, right? You always have to win as at least a pair. So they would just like win together, right? If they're there at 2. Oh, Tommy would do good on Big Brother. I mean, it's funny because like he was supposed to be on, right? Which I don't know if that would have, because like he was supposed to be on 21, right? Or was it 19? Or was it 20 actually? It may have been 20. It was like one of those seasons in that like time frame. Or maybe I think he could do on 20. 19 I think is like maybe not, and then 21 I think he wouldn't do well on. 20, yeah. Yeah, he applied for like he claims he applied for practice for Survivor casting, which like I don't get how that really makes sense, but whatever. Like, what a strange thing, right? That you apply for, like, casting for a show just to see if you can get on. Just say, like, nope, I want on this other show. It's like, well, why did you even... Like, why not just apply for Survivor? Like, there's people that have, like, applied for, like, a billion fucking years and eventually get on Survivor. It's like, why'd you have to, like, test out another show first.
Not you.
You were jealous. That's why. Push the support.
Okay, game? Let me hit him? Thank you.
Peak wasn't peak. Need to hit him with
Oh, you just get Adam to help you, obviously. Was he doing it at that point? He probably was, right?
You think you're
He hadn't gotten anyone on by then, right?
you.
This ain't about who's better. I just prefer you without
Oh, yeah, tell me what's on the challenge. That was a thing. That is so funny, right? The Tommy Sheehan was on the fucking challenge for some reason. Actually, I never even used my like special abilities in this
Here for
game.
you. Thought I clipped his wings.
Okay, game? Actually, I just want to see something real quick. It must be a difficulty thing, right? It cannot be knocked out in combat. Because again, like, straight, it just feels like health doesn't go below 30. I never even realized that in this entire playthrough. I don't even think I could have died even if I wanted to. Yeah, Tommy Bracco was also on. Both Tommies. It's funny how many of my top 10 players across my list have played the challenge. Is that a thing?
Let's end this.
I mean, Annalise like makes a lot more sense as a challenge person. But the Tommy, both Tommy Bracco and Tommy Sheehan are more random.
We gave you a chance.
And he lost his pants on one shot. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about Tommy? Yeah. That's the one he got medevaced on, right? Which that's also funny that a Survivor winner got medevac from a challenge season where like he like got medevac with the like pants down and everything. I do really like Venom's design in this game. Dom, Tyson, Tommy, Natalie. Natalie... Which Natalie we're talking about? Natalie Anderson? I don't know. Has she been in top 10 or something? I think I heard her like... yeah, she wasn't in the top 10 player at least.
We are your
She's probably top 10 something though. Do I enjoy BBC season with pure crapshoot comps? I mean, like, I don't think every competition should be a crapshoot comp. But, like, don't make every fucking competition, like, the same, like, mental/physical comp. Like, I don't mind if there are, like, challenges... Like, I don't mind if there is, like, a physical challenge that only men can win, or like, physical men can win. If there are also a same amount of other challenges that very much favor, like smaller people, or, like all different types of people. Like, sure, it just should be... There should be, like, a balance of... who can win what style of comp. Now, in an ideal world, I would say, yeah, it would be like a situation where like everyone has the same amount of chance of winning every single competition. But like, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world if there is like, again, like a slip and slide sort of comp paired up with like a I don't know, what is a comp that that favors like someone like America or something like that. But either way, I mean, like, I think it obviously just should be a balance. Because again, the problem with the current structuring of challenges is the fact that, like, okay, like, half the competitions are competitions that very much favor men, like physical men. The other half are equitable. But through that, that means that essentially someone like Felicia or Suri only have a chance at winning like that it's not even probably half, it's probably more like 70-30 or something. But they only have a chance at winning those competitions while having absolutely no chance at winning the other 70% of competitions. While the likes of Cameron, Jag, Matt are more likely to win those 70% while also having the normal, like, okay, this is weird. You actually have to pull all the way down. Why even put the meter there then? Anyway, well, like, fuck, what was I even saying? But anyway, you get the point, right? Like, that's kind of the issue with modern comps. You start a game Castaway Island? I mean, I'm going to in probably like 10 minutes. I probably shouldn't, considering it takes like 3 hours to do a playthrough.
No, we don't.
But, oh well. To be fair, I might fucking, like, lose, and oh well, at that point, but still.
Let's heal the world, Pete.
She was 11 all-time player. We're talking about Natalie? Yeah, I think I did have her.
Together.
Like, right outside the top 10, if I remember right. I think BB20, I think is the point where I first noticed it. I think 19 also had some issues, right? And like even then, like I think like even looking at like 18, I remember like the Final Four veto, and like 17 had the same thing, right? Where there was like a pretty physical Final Four veto. To where it probably goes back to like probably around like BB 15 or so, or maybe 16. I think it's 16. I'm trying to think. Like the comps were mostly fine, right? But I feel like 17 was like the point where like they started to switch the Final Four veto to be a bit more physical. Oh yeah, yeah. There is a very good chance I'll get purged at the merge, so we'll see. I'll be willing to do that for a future playthrough, to let like chat decide. But I think this one I just purely want to test out my my strat, see if that works. Suri and Izzy feels to complete the trifecta. I mean, for Suri at least, yeah. Yeah, I would love that. See Suri and Izzy on Amazing Race. This is so loud for me. Fuck me. Well, whatever. There we go. Game's over. But yeah, I think this... Yeah, we should be done with this in like 10 minutes or so. I forgot the fucking Harry doesn't die. I forgot about that. For whatever... I mean, like, obviously, like, I'm assuming they're going to tie him into Green Goblin and everything, but still, it's like, they should just kill him. I think Venom's done, right? I don't remember. Or is there like a implication that it will come back? I don't remember actually. You're gonna win as John. Thank God, playing as John. My favorite Survivor player, John. Is Amber a bad player who only won because of Rob? I would say no. Like, I think Amber, like, there are good things the Amber's, like, game. But I do think she only wins All-Stars because of Rob, for sure. I mean, like, Carnage, I know they're set up to Carnage. Because that's what the Flame side quest line is.
Yeah.
But... I don't remember. Did they, like, fully get rid of Venom? Uber Eats has so many ghost kitchens. What's that mean?
I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, Amber in Australian Outback isn't good. But, like, that was also season 2 of the show. Like, I think, like... I think my opinion of her coming out of All-Stars is that I'm probably actually back lower on her winning game, but I'm probably higher on her as a player. Post All-Stars.
Give me some room.
And two for Winners of War happened. That's not great either. Restaurants still have insides. Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's gonna work, but I gotta try.
I feel like I never noticed that sort of thing on like DoorDash. Because I use DoorDash more often. By the way, I also did buy a fucking $100 DoorDash gift card too. I bought like so many gift cards on Black Friday just because like they were all discount. I was like, why not? I'm gonna spend the money anyway. So like there was like a DoorDash gift card for $80. I was like, why not? I might as well. $100 gift card for $80. Then I bought like fucking I think like $150 of PlayStation gift cards for how much was it? I think it was like
Gotta get to the hospital.
120, right? Something like that. Spent all on Wingstop. Well, that's something. I still have a fucking 70. Actually, no, I have $65 left on my Target gift card that I got with my Xbox. Which, by the way, what I spent $10 of it on was fucking Last of Us on Blu-ray. Because obviously I needed that, which that ended up arriving today. I got fucking Last of Us on Blu-ray. But yeah, I don't even know what the... Like, I never buy anything from Target. I don't know what the fuck I'm ever gonna... like, actually use that on. I guess too. I could like. I love how like I only like process this as like buying things for online, but like obviously I can go into the store. I love how like that never even came to my mind until just now, because I'm a fucking idiot. But
What have you done?
Still, at least online I don't ever buy anything from Target. And actually, I can't even think of the last time I went to a Target in real life, but still. Very confused. Remember that Last was also a TV show. Yeah, that is a thing. And they are making a season 2. Which, we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, this last scene is going on for a while, isn't it?
There are traces of brain activity, but his chances of coming back are very slim.
But I am still, like, interested in season 2. We're obviously, like, I'm probably one of the, like, harsher critics on season 1. At least that isn't for, like, the dumb reasons of, like, oh my god, this show's so woke or whatever, but, like, I still have respect for the show, at least. Jake Truthers still exists? I mean, they're dumb, I guess. Like, how could you watch this show and think Jake's gonna win? Wow. What delusion. Which, to be fair, I mean, some people are saying it's delusional to think Dee's gonna win, which I think it's dumb, but, again, like, I think if you don't think it's Emily or Dee, then, like, as, like, your top contenders, then, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, here, like, he said, someone called him out for saying that, yeah, like, he's essentially getting to Owen at it. He said he has a similar segment, but feels different to you. What I'm saying is that it feels different due to Jake's personality rather than editing choice, which, yeah, that's the thing. Which, again, I think that's a lot of the interpretation of this edit. Is that, again, I think a lot of people, like, are not really looking at Dee's edit properly.
For the last few years, tragedy
because they're more so looking at it through their lens of, like, oh, like, I don't want Dee to win because she's, like, running the game and it'll be boring.
Sickness, evil,
more so than actually, like, looking at what the editing is trying to tell you.
Tired, anxious, stressed, numb.
Biggest knock from a editing standpoint or a gameplay standpoint? Gameplay, I have a decent bit of things.
We're all ready to return to normal, but what is normal?
Editing for Dee, I think it's the fact that she's like absent at random points this season that you would think that they would give her some content for.
I've talked about how these events have changed me.
Also, even then, like the content she is given that does feel abnormal, like it does.
In this ongoing series,
like some of it's just a bit strange.
Exploring our new behaviors.
Like, and I think like probably the biggest thing is that I think she doesn't really have a like solid through line on the season, like this big like attachment to the season's themes, which too far I don't think Jam Jam really did. So, like, we're immediately coming off of that. But yeah, like I don't know what Dee's like winning story necessarily is outside if she just ran the game as alongside the Rebas.
Nice.
Ooh, are these good to go?
In a minute, I want to show you something first.
Actually, too fair. Actually, now I think about it,
It has molasses.
is her
in it.
talk about family supposed to be correlating to the Reba
I'll
4 as a
take this.
family? I never actually thought about that until now, because that is a major like theme of Dee's story is her talking about her family. I didn't really even piece that together until now. That that's like supposed to be in conjunction with her looking at the Reba 4 as her family.
Thanks again for the donation.
But either way,
Peter.
then with Emily, as I mentioned, it's the over visibility early on, and like I think Emily's like edit just feels like too perfect in a way. Like it feels very like perfect, like as in like we're seeing a lot of her like perspective of things. Well, also like perfectly having this like journey to it, like everything, like it just feels like too good for a winner. Again, like I think I have Emily as my number one right now, but it's not by that much. Where like I could definitely see Emily going home next episode is my other thing. Where if we're going by editing trends,
Have you talked to him?
Emily would be the next boot.
Not yet.
Or at least editing trends of like how personal content is distributed on the
Ready?
season.
Miles.
Actually that is insane, right? They've only known each other for 19 days. But also, it's insane watching BBAU and like realizing that BBAU this season was only 26 days or whatever. So like, despite the fact that we're on like episode 15 or whatever of BBAU, it's like day 17 or something like that in the show, which is really stupid.
Let me start again.
Wonka pancakes? What the fuck are Wonka pancakes? I assume they're like just
All of it.
colored. By the way, I love how I'm talking over the scene, which is actually like really great. Oh my god, Peter Parker's retiring.
Sure, it's a big city.
Oh, that looks disgusting. I'm looking at it right now. It's fucking purple.
As long as I can still call you for advice.
Who's winning BBAU? I'm not sure. I think Monet is gonna make it to the end.
Maybe not now, but
I don't know if she wins, and that's the tough thing about BBAU is that it's obviously a public vote. So like you can like figure out who's gonna make it to the end, but like outside of a situation like Reggie, where it's like so obvious she would win a public vote, I think it's tougher to distinguish who's actually going to win. Where like the thing is, I don't like Louis, but if Louis makes it to the end, I feel like Louis is the type of person that Australia would vote for, right? Even though I personally think Louis like is kind of a dick. But I feel like again, fucking Chad won over Sophie, and I could see this being a similar case where like Louis and Monet get to the end, but then like fucking okay, there we go, credits. But then fucking Louis ends up winning because that's Australia for you. Can I not skip this? Well, that's great. Weed's winning stories, her being a dominant force, always being targeted, and yeah, I mean, like obviously, I think they're trying to portray her as this like mob boss, right? That she's like the leader of like the group, and that she takes out anyone that like says her name and like that sort of thing. Theme 45. At this point, I'm not fully sure, to be honest. Like early on, I think it definitely was authenticity. I think, but like that theme hasn't really been like regurgitated like since like episode 5 or so. Where I'm not fully sure what the like overall theme is at this point. History of season themes? I mean, I don't know. Because I don't know if like every season like has as nuanced of an edit as what we currently get. Like I think it's like a mostly more recent thing. Where like early seasons definitely didn't have it. theme is boys' night, obviously. Imagine a guy actually wins this season at this point. That'd be insane. Edric was so focused on Bruce making... Again, I've been saying this entire season. Bruce is not making Final Tribal. Like, I don't get why people thought Bruce was making Final Tribal. Again, people that make Final Tribal do not get this overtly negative content that fucking Bruce got. Like, they're not going to constantly show people trashing him episode after episode after episode if he actually got to the end. Like, his edit is more in line with someone like a Chris Noble than it is of, like, almost anyone that's ever gotten to the end. Or, like, I think the only arguments are, like, people like a Philip, right? And, like, someone like that. But, like, still, even that's, like, a pretty rare case. Is Bruce worse than Chris Noble? Gameplay-wise? Probably. But again, they don't want to make it that blatant, though. Where again, I think Jake is like the perfect final juror edit, right? Or final juror, like a losing finalist edit of like someone that like, okay, you know why they're gonna lose, but they're not making it so blatantly obvious that like, oh, everyone hates this person. Where if Bruce, it was like to the point where like one of the major storylines of the season is how much everyone hates Bruce. Like they're not gonna make that one of the major storylines of the season if he actually got to the end. Where they would try to hide it a lot more. Is Jake worse than Owen? We talked about this last stream. I don't know. I would say, like, if he continues on this path of, like, never having any agency, then yes. Because at least Owen did get something together by the very end. But even then, even Angelina was portrayed as, like, she herself was comical. Like, we're supposed to be, like, laughing with Angelina. Well, with Bruce, we're supposed to be looking at him as a fucking idiot that everyone hates. Like, it's still very different. Like, the portrayal of Bruce. So again, Bruce is more in line with someone like a Philip. Of a runner-up. But again, Philip in itself is very rare, especially in the modern day. Where, like, I think, like, in terms of people that got like overtly negative edits that were runners up, like who are they in like the modern day? Because like Nora is someone that like, okay, you can say like this is, but like even then that was like more of a kooky character sort of thing. Yeah, I really can't, like when was the last like runner up that was like really OTTN? Like, obviously, like, you have, like, Dominic, who got negativity. But, again, he still portrays, like, a good player and everything. Why am I watching BBU? I don't know at this point. BBU sucks, by the way. But even Sherry got good content in the first half of the season. And even then, like, if we're going that far back, I think that makes my point even more. And again, Dawn got good content at points in the season. Bruce never gets good content until literally the episode before he goes home. Will Sims? Maybe? The thing is, Will Sims was liked on the island. I don't remember how his edit was. But yeah, Missy definitely got good content at points. But yeah, BBU sucks though. So it's like, I actually never put this together until, yeah, like, so like the winner's still gonna be a public vote, right?
You know who
Which
they
like,
are.
how, like, did they film it on location? Are they really gonna do a live finale for this season? Like, I doubt it, right? Like, who the fuck's watching this season?
They ruined my son.
And like straight up, I actually liked the first like week of BBAU. I thought it was actually fine at the beginning, but like now we're getting to the point where like all the big characters are gone. Like the only one left is like Dion.
Good.
Everyone else is super fucking boring, and also we're having the guys gang up on all the girls and all the girls going out in a row. It's like, fuck me, dude. Like what a terrible season. Like no wonder they fucking canceled it midway through and like cut it short. But again, it's not like. But again, what I'm saying with Bruce is that his edit was negative the entire time, like from beginning to end. Not just like, okay, there's these big moments where that's the case. Like literally a major focus of his edit not a major focus of the edit of the season is how much people hate Bruce. Like that is abnormal. And they so supposedly what happened is that initially it was going to be like I think like a 40-day season or something like that. Like it was never going to be like a full-length season, but it was going to be like longer than fucking like 26 days or whatever. But then like midway through production, they were like, okay, this is not working out at all. And then they just like decided to quicken the season.
Hope you're hungry.
Like that's the like reports that are out there.
Food's almost ready.
Which makes sense considering again, it's literally the men steamrolling the women. And like all the the people left in the house, it's like it's literally the most boring people. Like when looking at like the cast initially, it's like Jake's gone, Gracie May is gone, who was like a great character. And like you have all these people who aren't even playing the game.
Probably seen him.
Or like who is actually playing the game strategically at this point? Just Louis? Is that it? Would I watch Teen Big Brother? Oh yeah, I know about the season. Would I watch this? I don't know. Maybe at some point. I mean, there's only a week left, so I'm like, I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah.
But it is bad though. I'll probably watch it at like 1.5 speed or whatever. Yeah, we'll see if I finish Love Island Games. I'm not sure. Or again, I think if I do, it'd be in the background. I think TNRA can win, but it's like, I don't particularly like them. I try to like who's there on this season at this point. Like Dion's probably not making it to the end, right? Like he's on the bottom, probably going home soon. Look, I actually don't remember the rest of the cast.
Hi. Miles, Haley, this is
what, Taylor's a person. I don't think she's like dead, but like she's all like I think if she got to the end, I think she would have a chance. Because she's getting a lot of positive content. It's just that she's also like not super like present. Can I yell out when switch to Castaway so I can turn audio only off? Well, probably right now. I'm literally about to do it. So again, we're finished fucking Spider-Man 2. So yeah, let's play Castaway Island. Again, the stream will cut out for like probably like 30 seconds. I'll be back right away. I have to switch fucking games. I forgot I fucking have a physical copy of Castaway Island. It's so funny too because the spine is literally nothing. Like they didn't even bother to put any art on the spine, which is funny. But anyway, again, I'll be back in a second. So yeah, see you then.